Down the sideline he goes.
Fumble the football.
Byron Jones knocked it out.
Going for the end zone, this side of the field, incomplete, batted away by Byron Jones.
Playmaker, ball hawk. I mean, welcome to the show a very special guest. In his short time with the Dolphins, he's already made a huge impact. His involvement with the team's Social Impact Committee earned him Miami's nomination for the league's highest honor, the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award. He's also an incredible player with a huge game this weekend, and he already got in a lift this morning. Please welcome to the virtual breakfast table, Dolphins quarterback Byron Jones. What's up, Byron?
What's up, guys?
We're talking to you, and we are fired up about the Miami Dolphins. It's really cool. It's New Year's Eve, and we're talking about the Dolphins win and in the playoffs where not a lot of people thought that would happen this year. The team standing in your way, of course, Byron, is the Buffalo Bills. We just saw Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs punish the New England Patriots Monday night. How do you slow these guys down this weekend?
Yeah, when you look at the Buffalo Bills, they're an incredible team, and they're talented on so many fronts. Their running backs, obviously their quarterback, their receivers, and not just one. It's really the whole entire receiving core. So as a defense, we have our work cut out for us, and that's the fun part. That's a fun challenge. You want to be in these big games. You want to make a difference, and we know if we're able to slow down the receiving core, then we have a really a good chance of winning. So that's a challenge for us DBs and us as a defense.
Now, we had your teammate Andrew Van Ginkel, the Gangster, earlier this week. We love the Gangster. You guys have a lot of great personalities on that defense, but what's the key to gelling, though? Because it seems like you guys are such a tight unit.
Yeah, so when you look at our defense, I say about 60 to 70% of the guys on our defense are new to the Miami Dolphins this year. And I think a lot of credit goes to the front office and the coaches in terms of what players and types of players are looking for and type of character. Like I said, a lot of us didn't play together last year. A lot of us were on different teams, but when you have the right group of guys come in and really take this seriously and understand the challenge ahead, people gel pretty quickly, and because we know the task at hand and we know how important this season is for us and really the Miami Dolphins and the fans. So I think it's a credit to the front office, to the coaches for really picking the right type of people.
Byron, we owe you congratulations. No matter what happens on the field this weekend, you are the Dolphins nominee for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award presented by Nationwide. A wonderful honor. And, tell us what it means to you to be nominated and a little bit about the work you've done to give the Dolphins reason to make you their nominee.
It means a lot to me. It's everything because, I've been gifted athletically. I grew up with a really great family, great brothers, and to be in a position to really give back, I think is so important. I think not enough people do it, and not enough people do it the right way. So when I came to Miami Dolphins, everybody was really motivated to get something done in 2020. But you need to organize. You need to come correct, and you got to do it in a way that's most impactful with your time and your energy. Obviously, as football players, our time is valuable and it's limited. So we came together as a committee. We talked things out. We kind of listed some of our most important topics, and we had three pretty much silos we wanted to really focus on. One was civic engagement, the other was education, and the third was economic empowerment. And each silo, we've done something along the lines in that group to really help out people of South Florida and just show them that people care. Like, we're out here, we're trying to work, we're trying to make life better for you guys, and we understand that the big stage we have and the responsibility we have to use it in a positive manner. So we're doing it, and we're coming correct. So that was a big component to why I'm here today, and really hats off to the guys, a part of that group, because they helped me and they uplifted me, and they did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Byron,
awesome.
You're a great player and you're a great ambassador for the sport. Back in March, you were a free agent. You were one of the hottest names, and I know for a fact you were offered more money to play elsewhere, and yet you're a Miami Dolphin. And one of the reasons you said so was because of the head coach, Brian Flores. You've now been with him for 16 weeks. He's a potential candidate for Coach of the Year. What makes Brian Flores so special, and why does his message resonate so well with you guys?
Yeah, he ain't bad. I think his way of connecting with players is important. It goes beyond just the X's and O's and the boxes that are required to be a head coach. His ability to connect with the players and talk to us on a real, genuine level is something that we all trust and we all appreciate. Just being a young guy, a guy who comes from a football background, I think he can connect with players like in a unique manner. And I think that's what makes him great. He has high standards. He's very intense. He's very clear about what he wants and what he's looking for. He doesn't, tiptoe around it. He'll tell you straight up, like, hey, this is what you're not doing good, and this is what we need you to do better in order for us to win. And I think everyone just respects that. And he's always been up front and really personable since day one. So I think that's what makes him great.
Now, your Instagram bio says reading books and vibing to music.
Okay.
So give us your top 3 songs you'll be listening to before the game against Buffalo, and also one book recommendation.
I'll be honest. So I use Spotify, and Spotify does a really dope job at like creating playlists based on songs that you already listened to. And a lot of the artists in my playlist, I don't know who they are, but they make good music. I just don't know who they are. I know Diana Gordon, she's up there. KLLO, Bear Cubs. It's just all relaxing, laid back music. I'm not one to turn up before a game. For me, it's about being focused, being calm, staying at the same level, and just performing my job and playing and play out. So I like to stay calm and relaxed, really.
We can tell. It shows. It shows on the field. There's a guy on your team who probably listens to, I'm just going to guess, a lot of Dave Matthews. And he has a beard and he plays quarterback. The Fitzpatrick story, Byron's been wild this year, as has the Tua story. We're trying to figure it out as a show and as consumers of the game. As a Miami Dolphin, when Tua gets sat down, when Fitz gets put in at the end of a wild game against the Raiders, and now going into maybe a playoff berth when you don't really know necessarily who's driving that ship, how do you feel about it as a guy playing defense on this team?
I think it's awesome. It's guys who really appreciate and understand their role and how important they are to the team. I know Fitz was he's good. And that's one thing. That's probably the thing that impressed me, or that had the biggest impact on me coming in, is just seeing how good Fitzpatrick is and his spirit. He's a guy in the locker room that really uplifts everyone around him. And it's so rare to have that type of person in your locker room. And I understand he was probably benched, week 4, week 3. And then you call on the guy in week 16 to show up big time, and he does it without any ego, without any hard feelings. That's hard to find in any locker room, at the Pop Warner level all the way up to the NFL level, to have a guy who understands how important he is to the team and the future of this team. So as a Miami Dolphin, I love seeing how they interact together. Coach Flo, Tua, Fitz, they just understand how important it is to the team. And when one's not doing so well, the other lifts the other person up. And Coach Flo is not scared to make those decisions, and we all trust him, and we all understand that he's the head coach, so he makes the decisions, and we're all behind him 100%.
Wow. Byron, I feel like the Miami Dolphins secondary is the NFL's best kept secret. You guys are legit my favorite as most talented, ball hawking, hard hitting group of guys. Yourself and, of course, Xavier Howard, who's absolutely balling out this year and could be a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. But you guys are facing Stefon Diggs, who some would call the best receiver in all of football, leading the league in catches, in yards. Mm-hmm. How difficult is it going up against a guy like that, and what are the challenges you're going to face going up against them?
So a guy like that, they use him in a lot of different positions. He's not just on one side of the field or in one position. They put him in the slot. They put him at number 2, number 3. And he's really good at short routes. He's really good at double moves. He's a crisp route runner. He's just a